Yeah.
Back to Super Speedway action we go as we are racing under the lights at EchoPark Speedway. Hello everybody and welcome on back to the DSA Racing Group as we continue on the Supporting Heroes Cup Series with round number 10 with 150 laps from Atlanta under the lights here tonight for some more Super Speedway action. Last time we had the Super Speedway action was Talladega, and it was very, very exciting. Let's see what the table has in store for us today. Hello, everybody. My name is Chris up here in the commentary booth. Alongside me, I have Carter Brockmeyer. Carter, Super Speedway action,
Yep.
and Atlanta is a very unique Super Speedway at that. What do you think will be the key strategy here for these drivers?
So they got 4 sets of tires for about 40 to 45 laps per stop and 1 fast repair. If I was it, I'd take it slow. I'd go to the back, let all the stuff happen, and then clear it out, and then come back to the front and hopefully win.
And pretty interesting set of stages here as well. Stage 1, 30 laps, ending at, of course, lap 30. Stage 2 is going to be 40 laps, ending at lap 70. They will have 80 laps all the way to lap 150, where the checkered flag will await for us as we get ready to kick things started. And this might be one of the biggest groups once again. Just like we saw at Talladega, we have so far a 29 car field here tonight at Atlanta. And also I would just like to point out, in case something goes wrong, iRacing is currently experiencing some technical difficulties with server issues and all this, so hopefully we should be good. But just in case anything happens, that is the case of why it is all like that. But we will try and get this going here, as for some reason now the ticker is not working. So let me see if I can get that fixed up here. We're having several issues. Let's go. We love to see it, but practice is now about to come to an end here before we kick things off in qualifying. Let me try and salvage the ticker here. I will try my best to see if I can get it functioning again. As practice is coming to an end here. So
Officially, everyone will make the feature due to technical difficulties.
So we did have about a couple drivers, I would say a third of the field, unfortunately not making due to these server issues. So a big bummer, but hopefully they somehow get that fixed, as I'm still gonna try and see if I can fix this ticker issue that we're currently having. Let's see if we got it fixed now. We're gonna find out. But it just does not want to cooperate with us. But here we go. Qualifying. Going underway here from Atlanta. I am praying to God that this tower starts functioning again. It could be because of the iRacing issues. Nope, there we go. Alrighty, finally. Got me worried there for a second, but we got it working, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty. But here we go. Qualifying officially underway here from Atlanta. We have a couple drivers making their debut here at EchoPark. David Durand in the 42, making his series debut. Gavin in the number 1, making his season debut. And Gino Zito in the 82, making his series debut in the 82 for Put Him on the Dash Racing. Going to be teammates alongside Davin Thornhill in the 81. As Hendrix Bromberg is the fastest up on the leaderboard for 31.58. Can he improve that? No, he will. But here comes Hector Collazo in the 45, and it immediately gets taken away by Caleb Desai.
Wow.
31.539. And it's a 39, so it's going to get rounded up to 4 here, at least in my database here. But what a lap time by Desai. It's only 4-point deficit between him and Trevino for the championship lead. Hector Collazo, another mighty lap. Up to P3 he goes. The number 45 from 23XI, coming off of such a dominant win last week at Watkins Glen, taking on and grabbing the first road course victory of the season.
Winkler.
And whoa, another big one. Hunter Winkler
31.53
takes away pole from Desai, and Damon Gilbert also gets past Desai up to P2 though, and then gets immediately taken away once again. This time it's gonna be George Burke up into provisional pole.
The best qualifying I think I've ever seen.
A 31.51, constantly getting these poles taken away. Here's another one of our debuts here tonight. Ben Foley in the number 9 Chevrolet. 2 minutes left on the clock. Can anyone take that pole away from Bark? Here's Juan Cobbs Jr. in the 13, currently P16. David Durand goes up all the way to P6. And Cobbs is actually ending his qualifying.
Zachary Evans beginning his qualifying.
Here we go. Let's go on board with him. Evans, who's been looking very, very strong these last couple of races, still looking for his first trip to victory lane. We'll see if he can get it here tonight at a super speedway.
Built momentum up. See if he could do anything on this heat lap.
He only has one more lap. Couldn't even get past Gavin. He's currently sitting at the bottom of 25th. 4 cars not qualifying. Kevin Page, Ryan Kaiser, Mason Wilson, and Evans' teammate Travis Daly not putting qualifying times. What does Evans have in store for us? To the line.
P5.
Oh. Into the top 5 he goes. P5 for Zachary Evans is going to be 31.55 to put him onto the inside of row 3. And that will be the end of qualifying. George Bark putting it on pole position. What a lap time. Let's see if we can get him up here in the broadcast booth. We'll see if he joins the waiting room here. But what a lap time by George Bark. He will put the 74 Chevy machine onto pole position for, I believe, the first time ever. So a great lap time for him, and we've seen the teamwork between him and Damon Gilbert, especially on super speedways, and especially at the DSA 500 with Gilbert taking that win. So super speedways really do seem to be the thing for him. Let's see if he can capitalize on that here tonight. And unfortunately, it looks like we won't be able to get him up here. But as the grid slowly starts to form here, let's take a full look at our starting grid. It's going to be a fun one to watch. George Bark on pole position. Hunter Winkler alongside him. It's going to be Damon Gilbert and Caleb Desai on row 2. Row 3, Zachary Evans and Benjamin Huar. Row 4, David Duran Jr. putting on P7 for his first time. Hector Collazo coming off the race win in P8. Then it's Kalen Wilson, William Britton, Hendricks Bromberg, and Davin Thornhill. Following that up, it's Kylan Wilson, Ben Foley, Cole Christopher, William Crow, BJ Holton, Juan Cobbs Jr., Jaden Duran, going to be side by side with Gino Zito. It's going to be Presley Bromberg, Xavier Beauregard, Cody Payer, Dustin Castile. And that's going to be Gavin Siek, Travis Daly, Mason Wilson, Kevin Page, and Ryan Kaiser will round off the grid here at EchoPark.
Time for picks. I'll go with Zachary Evans.
I'm
He's
going
been
to
up
be
front.
honest. This is looking like a very, very challenging race. And like I've said multiple times before, best thing about super speedways, everyone has a shot at winning this race, as we'll see here if we can confirm with race control. But it does look like we're going to have one more lap of formation lap here.
I do believe so. Who do you you got to at least say who you think is gonna at least win. Come on.
Let's see here. I'm certain that everyone has a shot here, but I'm gonna be honest, after the absolute dominant performance that he put on a road course last week, I will be more than likely to see if he can carry this over to a super speedway. Give me Hector Collazo to win it here at EchoPark.
Early on, let's see if early aggression gets a hold of everyone.
And they said it in the driver meeting. They have to be very, very careful. Atlanta is probably the super speedway where aero blocking is most effective, and you're really going to feel that dirty air come into play. So got to be very careful. They do not cause an incident behind that will award you a penalty, they said. So,
you also got to be careful when you're behind someone. Because off of 2 and off of 4, your cars are light on their feet, and with someone right on your bumper, and if they get a little off-centered, it'll send your car right around into the wall or into the grass.
Well, let's see how it goes tonight. Round 10 of the Supporting Heroes Cup Series. 150 laps await for us at the end of this beautiful night racing.
Clear comms, you're getting muted.
Here we go. Let's see who has it in store for them here tonight. Green flag is out. We're racing from Atlanta.
Good start by both lanes there. Outside struggles.
Almost looked like it was three-way there. Desai tried to look down, almost went into Evans. But so far, so good for everyone. And this is the exciting side-by-side action that super speedways provide. Here we go. Lap 1 officially complete with no issues. As you can see there, all that side-by-side action happening there at the back. It is getting racy very early on here tonight. And the teammates will bundle up together. Bark and Gilbert already bundled up at the front. It's going to be Hunter Winkler.
Car in the wall in the back. Wrecking in the back.
Oh, trouble.
I believe that is the 29 of Cole Christopher.
Cole Christopher around the 16. Also goes for a spin there. That's going to be Dustin Castile. So some trouble early on for Travis Daly Racing. And that will bring on the first caution of the night here at Atlanta. Well, there's our first instance of commentary curse here tonight. As I said that they got through lap 1. They got through lap 1 very cleanly, and that happened. So that might be on me for kind of jinxing that there, but oh boy.
Go on.
I'm sure that that's not gonna be the only one here tonight.
Oh no. We usually get a few per race, so that's just one of the very many.
Let's take a look at the replays here, see what happened.
That looks like, I believe that's Davin gets into the wall,
Oh, a multiple car
and
pileup.
then it looks like Cole Christopher just guns it into his bumper and spin down the track into Hendricks. Xavier down the track.
Yeah, looks like they're off center there.
Wilson did a good job of hitting the brakes and missing all that.
Actually, I believe that's Gino Zito that's going to turn the 29 of Christopher. Christopher just goes down straight into the 18 of Hendricks Bromberg. And there you see the 5 of Xavier Beauregard also gets collected. Cobbs Jr. involved in that wreck.
Just big checkup. Looks like a big racing incident.
See Gavin there getting involved as well. The 16 of Castillo having to go into the grass to take avoiding action.
Davin did a good job of keeping it straight off that wall, especially with that 29 on his bumper.
So Havoc already early on. And we'll have to see if some of those drivers already used their one fast repair. Like always, one fast repair, 2 shots of overtime. And I'm gonna be honest, I know it's way too early. Obviously, we're just around lap 3 or 4. But I can definitely see this ending on overtime.
Oh yeah, super speedways. Obviously, that's some early aggression. I mean, everyone's right under each other, and usually it takes a few. Usually it takes a few for someone to get under.
Well, here we go. It's gonna be the teammates, George Bark and Damon Gilbert. Gonna be side by side at the front row to lead us to our first restart. Caleb Desai and Hunter Winkler behind, followed by Benjamin Hoare and Zachary Evans. There's Hector Riazzo and David Duran Jr. And William Britton and Ben Foley will round off the top 10.
Hopefully this run will last a little longer.
Actually, I believe it's going to be Kalen Wilson in the 41 that will round off the top 10. He's going to be side by side with Britton. But, yeah, only 2 laps before we saw the first caution, so we'll see how we go from there. And, of course, the big key factor here of Atlanta, pit entry all the way at the back of the backstretch, so you got to be mindful of that, or they did say you will obviously get a penalty, so always got to remember that little detail. But here we go. Going into our first restart of this race. Restart zone presented by Race Wrap Guy. Drive fast, look faster, as here we go. Green flag back underway at EchoPark.
Good restart from both lanes. Outside might have a little advantage on the exit here.
Yeah, look at that run on the high lane. Looks like Gilbert had a bigger push around the middle of turn 1 and 2, but the inside is going to match it here.
86% clear. Outside's a little more connected.
A lot of interesting moves here at the back. And the main thing here is when you're side by side like this, you got to be very careful to not get tangled up, door banging each other.
A lot of gridlock. A lot of gridlock, and no one wants to give an inch.
See there, put them on the dash racing, bundled up together, Zito and Thornhill. And you especially got to be very careful on the entry there. Has trouble. Davin Thornhill is around. Kalen Wilson involved. More cars being collected there in the back. And that will bring out the second caution of the night. And as we were talking about put him on the dash racing, Thornhill gonna get spun. And oh boy. Things already getting pretty heated here in stage 1. Gotta be very careful when you're side by
It
side
was
like
deemed
that.
as a racing incident. No further penalties. But that's unfortunate. Yeah, Davin starts coming down. Wilson comes up. They just collide, and very unfortunate for Davin Thornhill. They were working their way up as a team, and sucks for them.
You see, here's the replay. Thornhill getting pushed by his
Oof.
teammate. Looks like Thornhill tried to move down below. That might be some spotter driver miscommunication, you see. And yeah, I can understand why it got called as a racing incident. Wilson going up, Thornhill going down. They both run into each other, and everything goes down for there. Luckily, the spin and most of the contact happens on the apron, so a lot of these drivers will be able to avoid that wreck. You see they're a little bit higher. Some contact with some drivers trying to avoid it. You see a driver going for a spin there. I believe that's the 33 of BJ Holton.
I believe that's the second one Xavier's been involved in as well.
Very, very tough to keep that momentum and avoid these wrecks at a track like this. And any contact like that is definitely going to turn into chaos. Yeah, some drivers unfortunately weren't able to make it. Liam Wheeler,
Especially Bromberg with penalty. After the incident, he got into Xavier Beauregard, and that's why Xavier Beauregard was in the wall, as we've seen.
Oh boy, trouble under yellow. As we see here more on the database, looks like Kalen Wilson, the 41, will also
Davin
have
Thornhill
a penalty.
now receiving at EOL. And Kalen Wilson.
Davin Thornhill with an EOL. It looks like Kalen Wilson, though, in the 41. On top of that EOL, I believe they have a speeding on pit road penalty, so that's going to affect the 41 crew even more. But here we go. Going to be 1 to green this time by. Could also be a penalty for missing the pit entry, which I will be very surprised if we don't see a lot more of that. Got to be very mindful.
Drivers got to remember, you got to enter the pit lane down the back stretch. It's a long way around.
Pit entry in the backstretch, but the actual pit speed limit doesn't go into effect until you cross the actual pit line on the entry of the boxes. So very, very unique pit entry here at EchoPark. The drivers really got to get that through their head, or else there's going to be a lot more penalties handed out for entering pits wrong.
Then another thing you got to worry about is keeping it as fast but under control as you can before you get to the pit lane where it starts counting your speed. Because you want to not lose anything if you don't need to around that extra stuff.
Here we go. Second caution restart. Gonna come into play here with Bark and Gilbert, the same one still at the top, Desai and Winkler. So same old company, but we're gonna keep it rolling here. Into the race wrap guy restart zone we go, and we are back to green here at Atlanta. How does this start treat us?
A little better start on the bottom. Desai able to get to the back of Bart.
Looks like that inside lane checked up just a tiny bit.
There's no one helping on the outside.
Big movement. Some driver going down up there. That, I believe, was William Crow that made the move to go up. As he saw that outside was not getting any help. And now that inside, you can see that big movement start rolling in. Evans has to be careful there. Almost made it 3 wide.
Zachary Evans now the second car on the outside.
Outside is slowly fading. Winkler here is going to be clear. And he's going to go back up to try and control that outside.
I don't know. That was a ballsy move.
This is going to give Benjamin Horn now in the 36 on the inside. We almost have 3 wide there in the back once again.
Not saying it's impossible to go 3 wide, but this early you got to be really careful so you don't ruin your race and anyone else's.
I would say in comparison to tracks like Daytona or Talladega, it is much, much more riskier to go 3 wide here. But it is definitely not impossible, like you said. Also gonna
Outside still on a struggle bus.
It's gonna continue struggling. No help whatsoever. You see a pretty big gap between the top 5 cars. Big move by Collazo. That could have been very dangerous as Collazo and Winkler will basically swap places there. It could have been very, very risky. But the move will get through. As we are almost 3 wide there in the back. I believe that's Gino Zito in the 82 that got lost in the middle there for a little bit. 15 laps to go on stage 1. Big movements here in the back. You love to see this action all around the racetrack.
Oh!
Sparks flying by out of turn 4.
'36 almost got spun off the front end of Winkler.
Gotta be very careful with that front stretch as well. They did say that if you cut the apron going below that line, that will be a penalty as well. Gotta keep it off the red line as much as possible. One of the riskier parts of this track seems to be there out of turn 4. You see entering the front stretch, that little
Outside
bump there.
seems to be working their way a little further up this time.
The little bump out of turn 4 can very much cause a car to absolutely lose it, especially in the dirty air. Will this outside try to gain back the momentum though? We're also going to be side by side with Winkler now.
Starting to fade.
Ooh, almost contact there in the back.
Now Winkler going back to the outside.
Let's see if he can work with Collazo here. They tried to make it stick. He tried to make that outside lane work. Didn't work out. Switched back to the inside when Hector took the spot. So we'll see if Hunter now tries to get that rhythm going back for the high lane. 10 laps to go on stage 1. Looks like they're starting to move slowly, but time will tell. There's George Bark trying to block that outside.
Now up to the third car in line.
Damon Gilbert lost a ton of spots. He was up there with Bark, now sitting in P8. everyone on the lead lap. Ryan Kaiser 2 laps down. Mason Wilson, unfortunately, I think was one of those drivers that, due to the iRacing server issues, was not able to start this race. And of course, some more that were not able to even make the session. Tim Pugel, Liam Wheeler, and all that. So we have some contact there in the back.
Outside stuck about the third car in line on the bottom.
Eight laps to go. See a ton of movement there in the back. Presley Bromberg going down below. Bart gonna try to run the outside here. Trying to maybe take some air away from the high lane. Gotta be careful there, Ben Foley around. And I saw that coming from a mile away when he made the move and Kylan Wilson sticked his nose. Kylan Wilson and Ben Foley contact. And that will bring out the third caution just before the end of the stage. Soon as I saw that brief move being made, I knew that was not gonna last long.
Yeah, he got loose. Fortunately, nothing the 9 could have done to stay out if he... Yeah, got on the apron.
I mean, yeah, Wilson just absolutely nowhere to go. Just along for the ride.
That's what I talked about with that arrow. 9 car was solid, and then 23 got behind him, and you could see that car kind of take off. And then he goes down into the apron. So that's that arrow we're talking about.
Let's try to get the onboard camera here for Ben Foley. This is what happened. Just lost it.
I started about exiting 3 into 4 is where you could see that air take advantage of that 9 car.
So we'll see here if race control confirms if that will be the end of the stage.
Short shoot, they just announced there will be a short shoot till the end of the stage.
So probably around a 2-lap, 1-lap shootout here for the stage. So here we go. 1 to green. This time by, we're going to have about 2-lap, 1-lap shootout. We'll see here how many laps are remaining in the stage. George Bark and Caleb Desai will be the ones leading us to the shootout here. There's still only one driver a lap or more down. That will be Kaiser. Winkler and Collazo side by side. Could Collazo or Winkler sneak by the top two here and grab the stage? Here we go. Entering the race, Rap Guy restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Here in Atlanta. 3 laps to go for the stage. And already trouble bumping. You saw
bad start on the outside.
Gilbert and Collazo making some contact there going into turn 1. And that outside just died immediately.
DSA and Hector now going outside.
3 wide there in the back, has to be very careful. Kylan Wilson lost in the middle. He's going to find a home now at the bottom. Collazo and DSA trying to make a move on Bark and Winkler here.
Oh, DSA leaves Hector.
I mean, you have to make that move to try and solidify the stage win here. You see there those bumps of Winkler trying to push Bark here. Whoa, could have been a risky move there by Winkler. Almost got into Gilbert. They're going to try to lead the outside here. 1 lap to go on stage 1.
Final lap.
3 wide there on turn 1 as well. Caleb Desai was just 4 points away from the championship lead against Trevino, and Trevino is absent today.
Side by side for the lead.
Winkler and Desai out of turn 4 for the stage. Who has it? Oh, trouble in the back. Big contact for the stage. I believe that will be Hunter Winkler.
Hunter Winkler.
But it is massive contact. Xavier Beauregard, car absolutely destroyed.
I saw Cody Prayer with a huge hit.
Yeah, that is Cody Payer who just ricocheted viciously out of the outside wall. Big incident for the stage. As a ton of drivers having to need a tow to their garage.
Oh,
Beauregard, Payer, Crow. Race potentially over.
Yeah, Xavier was not clear. Not clear at all. Wow.
Here is the contact going into the stage. 3 wide, almost 4 wide at one point. Evans slowly starts to spin. And we'll see here what happens. Yeah, Beauregard goes. It's a self-clear. Goes to the bottom. Payer absolutely nowhere to go. You see the big hit. 5 is flipping. William Crow gets collected. Duran barely misses that incident. And it's a big, heavy-hitting 3-car pileup.
Ouch.
That might be race over for those 3 drivers. As you see here. Going to the line, Hunter Winkler will beat out Caleb Desai for the stage win. As we see a massive group of cars here go down pit road for
I
their
believe
cycles.
that's not the first wreck that Xavier's car's been in. I think he's been in all of them.
We're going to have a massive race down pit road. Only 1 car staying out, and that's going to be William Britton to potentially get a wave around here. Who's going to win their race off pit road? Kylan Wilson going to be the first one out. Damon Gilbert going to beat out Winkler. It's a 3-wide battle there off the race off pit road. There's Cito, Jaden Duran, and Cole Christopher coming along. we'll see some drivers there. A driver just went down there, hit the orange commitment box. Race control might have to take a look at that. But yeah, we'll have some drivers here.
I believe Kylan didn't even take tires. He just stopped, fuel, and go.
Yeah, it was a very, very fast stop for the 23. I believe that was just a splash and go.
I do believe he has some left front damage from that incident with the 9 earlier.
Here's how the stints are looking so far. Almost no one going for tires. We'll see here. Actually, yeah, a ton of drivers went for tires here.
I believe there's 2 cars without tires, William Britton and Kylan Wilson. So let's see if that'll be effective, because this is one of those super speedways where you actually got to think about tires, as your cars start handling worse and worse as the run goes on.
I think Collazo didn't get tires either.
Front 2, no tires. Let's see if this is if this will pay out.
William Britton and Kylan Wilson will lead us to stage 2. Britton did not go down pit road, was the only driver on the lead lap that stayed out. Hunter Winkler, your stage 1 winner, going to be side by side with Gilbert, followed by DSA, Bark, David Duran, Hector Collazo, Benjamin Hoare, and Hendrix Bromberg. Rounds off the top 10 going into stage 2 here, but here we go.
Here we go.
Into the race wrap guy restart zone we roll as we are green
out.
Flag back underway to kick off stage number 2.
Good start on the bottom there. Can they both get clear? They do.
Wilson also gets clear, gets in between Gilbert and Winkler. As that outside is almost non-existent, almost trouble there. The Bromberg brothers almost getting together. Presley shoved Hendricks up into the wall, but both will keep going.
I'm not worried about speed-wise on the old tires. I'm worried about handling. The older these tires get, the worse the handling the car gets to.
Caution is out.
Caution's out.
That looks to be the 16 of Dustin Castile, who was involved in that incident. Could have been a single car spin that happened there in the back. We'll take a look here in just a moment to see what exactly happened.
Big checkup down the front stretch, and
Yeah,
the one car didn't check up enough, and it doesn't look like Castilla knew he was there.
Yeah, it's going to be contact between Castile in the 16 and Gavin Siak and the number 1 for
And the one
Boog Elliott Wild Ride.
catching Castile, it was given an EOL, and Hector Collazo is now retired.
Really? Hector Collazo out of this race?
Yeah.
What has happened there? Did he have any incidents?
Just gotta look.
Well, there goes my pick. Hector Collazo, who was running it very smoothly. What happened there?
Up to the left. Last week's winner. Oh, he just...
We'll see what happened here. Here's Collazo in the 45.
I don't see anything.
Could this be another incident of what happened last time, where Zachary Trevino just parked it and left.
State
session.
could possibly be. I mean, I don't know. He just down the front stretch just dips out.
Oh, that could be connectivity issues going into play for the 45. We'll try and get a confirmation here to see what exactly happened. But yeah, that most likely to me looks like a case of connectivity issues for the 45, and man, that sucks. Your Watkins Glen race winner last week, who was looking very, very good so far. See if we can get some info here. Unsure, very, very unsure. But here we go. Gonna get stage 2 started back up once again. William Britton still gonna lead us back to green here. Very interesting events so far. We'll see if we can get anything post-race of why the 45 left, but... Three DNFs so far. Cody Payer, William Crow, and Xavier Beauregard for the massive hit. Hector Collazo now out of it as well. 24 cars still on the lead lap. But here we go. Into the restart zone, and we're green flag back underway here at Atlanta. Can this be a better start for the outside lane?
Bottom lane connected. No help on the outside.
Absolutely no one up there.
Looks like the field broke into 2 different packs.
This top 10 got pretty split out there between the rest of the pack.
Gino Zito's starting to work his way up through the field.
Almost 3 right there in the bag. There you see Zito inside the top 5 in his series debut. Done pretty good so far over on the Truck Series Tuesday nights in the 77. We'll see if he can bring that 82 all the way here in the Cup Series.
23 going to the outside.
Side by side, but Wilson won't have anyone up there. Unless one decides to go up with him, he's going to try to side draft the absolute hell out of the 64 of Britain. But here comes the high lane. Gilbert and Bark up there. Hendricks Bromberg and Cole Christopher up there as well. Holton, Foley. So he's going to get some help here, but will it be enough to combat the inside?
Yeah. I don't think that was worth it. Kylan just being way too aggressive.
They're going to start losing plenty of spots here. But we'll see. Side by side with Desai. And you can see there, as you mentioned earlier, a little bit of that gap between the front pack and the rest of the field here. Whoa, big
block.
aggressive block by Britton. And it's three wide. That block was a mistake. Winkler, Wilson, and Britton. 3 wide. Wilson is lost up there. Has no help.
That's gonna cost Wilson.
Still struggling to find a home. And he just lost the entire momentum that he had. That was a very aggressive block by Britton. Still up there. They're going to be 3 wide all the way around, it seems.
The side not able to get the Wrinkler's bumper.
Here comes Gilbert now. Kylan Wilson will
Outside starting
finally...
to come to life.
Kylan Wilson will finally find a space there. That could have been very, very chaotic, but Jesus, what an aggressive block that was. As of
Worked
course,
out for him, didn't work out for Kylan.
you can pretty much tell or assume here that Kylan will definitely not be too happy about that. Here comes Bark and Gilbert, the teammates, trying to get this outside running back up again. We talked about their teamwork at Super Speedways. Kylan, oh my goodness, what an absolute squeeze there at the bottom. Goes in between Hoare and Durant there. But once again, could have been very, very dangerous. And now the inside is just absolutely putting on the rocket fuel on this outside.
You know, starting to think it's about time, Dwayne.
I think it's about time too. Let's try and go into a little bit of crank it up action here from Atlanta. Let's hear those roars here at Super Speedway action. Oh, and an immediate caution. And it looked like a very big one at that. Davin Thornhill, Dustin Castile, Travis Daly, Ryan Kaiser, Kevin Page. Couple drivers involved here. As soon as we were going to enter the Crank It Up segment.
It was a backpack.
Big damage on the 81 of Davin Thornhill. Meatball flag being shown. He's going to have to tow that 81 back to the garage. Gavin Siek and the number 1 also being shown the meatball flag. Here's the replay. What has happened here? Let's take a look there at the number.
Jaden Duran comes up and hooks the 9 car right into Jaden.
Once again, another self-clear. Jaden Duran, again.
Wasn't even close to clear there. He just comes up, self-clears.
Spotter miscommunication straight into the 9 of Ben Foley.
Might be the end of Davin's night.
Our second instance of a self-clear. Duran straight into Foley. Thornhill, absolutely nothing he could do. You see there, barely avoidance. Gavin can't do anything about it. Straight Daly there collected as well. The 28 also collected there as well of Ryan Kaiser. And from there, it's just along for the ride. Nothing else you could really do. Xavier Beauregard still on the track, though.
I mean, self-clears himself.
Beauregard used his fast repair.
The entire field, causing huge wreck. Unfortunate for that 9 car. I believe I saw he had some pretty significant left rear damage.
So when I said earlier Beauregard that was DNF, Beauregard used his fast repair to get back on the track. But our second instance of a self-clear, once again, spotter miscommunication with the driver. We'll see if Ben Foley can get that going back up. But big damage on the number 1 and big damage on the 81.
Fortunate for everyone. One dude. That's all it takes.
I believe Thornhill here will be able to grab and fix the car here. I believe he still has his one fast repair, so we'll see how that goes. But he's going to be a couple laps down, of course. William Crow, Xavier Beauregard, Ryan Kaiser, all 2 laps down. Thornhill still on pit road, trying to get those repairs. Collazo, Payer, and Mason Wilson out of this race. As we go 1 to green here this time by, it's going to be Hunter Winkler, your pole sitter, back on the lead of this race.
Discord killed itself again.
Yeah, we are having issues all around, baby. iRacing having issues. The tower having some issues, and now Discord having some issues. We couldn't be in a more lovely day to have a race night here, but
Yeah.
we will try to work our way through it. If Discord continues with its shenanigans, we probably won't be able to do post-race interviews, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully that gets fixed up. But here we go, Carter. I think since we didn't kick it off last time, I think it's only fair to say if we kick off here to restart with some crank it up action.
For sure and certain.
Here we go, green flag going back underway. Let's send it off with crank it up action from Atlanta.
Now coming to 7 laps to go.
There was your fair share of cranking up action. Hope you enjoyed that. As we continue the action here. Looked like it was almost 3 wide there, I believe.
Yep, they're catching some lap traffic here. William Crow only 3 seconds ahead of him.
That outside still struggling a little bit compared to the inside. They've been trying to work it out. We'll see here as Gilbert is trying to lead the charge. Oh, trouble! In the back. And it's a big one. Ton of drivers involved. Presley Bromberg, David Duran, Xavier Beauregard, Kevin Page, Travis Daly. Another big incident in the backstretch. Oh my. Let's take a look at what happened here. That's going to be our 7th caution of the night, and a big one it was. See what happens here. There's the 88 of Bromberg. Spins the 42. That's David Duran Jr. Goes back down. Kalen Wilson almost avoids it. Ben Foley once again involved. Can't do anything about it. And then I believe the contact continues from here. Yeah, there goes Foley. Spinning. Presley spinning. Foley, another big hit. Kevin Page there, nowhere to go. BJ Holton, nowhere to go. Beauregard trying to miss it. Absolutely slashes the 35 of Travis Daly. You see William Britton goes below the apron completely to avoid that. Looks to be around
A lot of big hits.
Looks to be around a 5 or 6 car pileup. But oh my. Once again, another big incident. And we had about 6 laps to go here. I believe this will be another shootout for the stage. We will see what happens here. Here's your race recap. At the bottom right of your screen, we're going to be going here lap 68 of 150. Hunter Winkler is your race leader. 7 cautions for 20 laps so far. 5 total lead changes. We're going to go 1 to green here, so we're going to be restarting this at lap 69, so we're going to have 2 laps to go for the stage. 2-lap shootout. Should be fun to watch.
Hunter Winkler, a little blink.
going to be two big heavy hitters. The same ones that raced for the stage. Will we see Winkler sweep the stages here, or will we see Khaled Desai get his revenge from stage 1? Or maybe we'll see Wilson or Gilbert swoop by to take the stage. Here we go. Restart Stone, sponsored by Race Rap Guy, Real World NASCAR Design. Brought into iRacing, drive fast, look faster, as we're back under green. 2-lap shootout for the stage. And Winkler immediately goes up to the high line to block the side.
Three on the outside, one on the inside. Kylan's left alone.
He knows that he has to block the side here. But here comes the 30.
Desai got there.
Caleb got there.
It's all on the outside.
And we've had a whole switch now. How the tables have turned.
Well, that 86 too.
Well, Gilbert very wiggly out of turn 4. What a move by Hendricks there.
Oh.
Trouble in the back. Caution will fly.
Wrinkler will win the stage.
Jaden Duran involved in the incident. Big damage for him. Dustin Castile also involved. Castile again involved in an incident. And that looks to be a blown motor for the 16. Actually, no, he's still keeping it going, but smoke coming out of that engine. And it's going to be Hunter Winkler, who will have the race lead at the time of the caution being thrown. He's going to win stage 2.
Duran made it 3 wide. Then really just
me both
Jay Duran going for all of it, and 3 wide, which is, I would say, pretty aggressive this early on.
Meatball flag being shown to both the 16 Chevy of Dustin Castile for TDR and the 33 Ford of BJ Holton here. But oh man.
42 was given an EOL penalty.
Let's see here, the race off pit road before we go to the replay. What will we see here? Who's going to win this race off pit road? Who's going to take tires? Who's going to take just gas? Here we go. George Bork is going to win the race off pit road. It's very close between Winkler and Durand. I believe Winkler will get him, though. A couple drivers staying out. Travis Daly, Zachary Evans, William Britton, and Juan Cobbs Jr. all staying out. And David Durand Jr. has a penalty. I believe that is for speeding on pit road.
He actually received an admin given penalty.
Oh, wow. Here is the caution replay. Durand just goes up high, clips Holton. Bam! Straight into the outside wall. Daly got a little bit of piece of it. And then goes down, collects William Britton. You can see there 19 going for a spin. Holton here. I believe Holton is the one that comes down. Oh, Gino Zito almost involved in that. Or was that Thornhill? It was one of the put him on the dash racing
I
cars.
believe that was Davin, because Gino's been up front unless something happened.
Yeah, I believe that will be Thornhill. And Holton just comes back down. Oh no, that was Castile. Dustin Castile's the one that goes back down and hits Holton. Big incident. But here we go. Time to kick off the final stage here. Hunter Winkler clears stage 1 and 2. Can he clear the final stage to grab the race win and sweep the stages here at Atlanta? We're going to find out in 80 laps time. New driver seeing the front here for the very first time. Thanks to staying out of pit road, Juan Copps Jr. and William Britton. Zachary Evans and Travis Daly. Britton has been up here. He's going to be restarting side
Zachary
by
Evans
side.
has been slowly falling back throughout the duration of this race. I wonder if he was just trying to hold back until he was needed.
Could have been a very interesting strategy that Travis Daly Racing was cooking up. But here we go. It's time to kick off the final stage here at Atlanta. Green flag underway. And what a start for Juan Copps Jr.
What a launch on the bottom. Oh, car spinning.
Rear wheel
Through
spin.
the grass, no caution.
There's the caution.
Caution's out. Kylan Wilson.
The 23 of Colin Wilson, who's been running it up there. Rear wheel spin on the restart.
Yeah.
Here's what happened.
Kevin Thornhill involved again. Yeah,
So here is
Wilson. Wilson. Everyone checks up, but Wilson. Wilson just doesn't figure it out, and his brother tags him.
Here's the replay on the outside. Big checkup on the outside. And yeah, Kylan just gets lost. It's a Wilson brother bump there as Kalen bumps into Kylan, and that's going to be the 82 of Gino Zito who's involved in the incident with Kylan Wilson there.
Maybe a little front end damage, not too much I'd worry about if I were Devin Thornhill.
I believe that was Gino Zito, actually. That was Gino Zito.
Or Gino Zito. God, they had to run the same car, didn't they?
Gotten used to distinguishing them. Zito has no logo on the bumper. Thornhill has logo on the bumper. That's how I'm able to distinguish them at this point. It's gonna be Juan Copps Jr. still on the lead of this race. Kalen Wilson will grab the penalty for that, if I'm not mistaken. And that may be a drive-through. So coming to the restart, Juan Copps Jr. It's going to be Zachary Evans, P2, followed by George Bark, William Britton, and Damon Gilbert, Travis Daly, Hunter Winkler, Hendricks Bromberg, Caleb Desai, Benjamin Hoare will round off the top 10. It's going to be Cole Christopher, Kalen Wilson, who just got the penalty, followed by Ben Foley, Kevin Page, Jaden Duran, Dustin Castillo, Presley Bromberg.
It actually went to Callan.
David Duran Jr., Kylan Wilson, and Gino Zito. Yes, it's going to be Kalen Wilson in the 41 who grabbed the penalty. Gino Zito rounds off the top 20, followed by Xavier Beauregard, William Crow, Ryan Kaiser, BJ Holton still on the lead lap. Davin Thornhill lap down. Gavin Syke also a lap down. believe it is Gavin Sayek, not Siek. We'll have to find out with him, but... Here we go. Zachary Evans sees the front row for the very first time. Just restarted on the inside of row 2. Now gonna be on the outside of row 1. But here we go. I believe it is Travis Daly who currently holds the fastest lap of the race with a 29.41.
Wow. Zachary Evans now. First time seeing the front row, what will he do?
And I believe Evans was your pick, correct?
Correct.
We might see your pick winning here. We'll have to find out. I'm knocking on wood, so commentator curse does not become a thing.
Coming to the green. Into the start zone. Green flag's out.
And once again, looks like that outside checked up just a tiny bit. That inside's gonna get moving here. Oh, and the driver goes down. That will be Kalen Wilson. He's gonna come
Alan
in
Wilson.
to serve his drive-through penalty. Ooh, Juan Cobbs Jr. could have been very dangerous there.
Now the inside's starting to lose all the drivers.
Tried to block George Bark and almost made contact. Could have been a very nasty situation there. But what a run on the outside. The top 3 will move down. Winkler, Gilbert, and Bark. Evans is still up there. Unable to go down.
No help on the outside. Door banging.
Yeah, that outside is slowly starting to fade away here.
Zachary needs a way down. Just no help from behind.
Only 6 cars. They're up high. The rest on the inside, and they're gonna start to get it moving here.
Yeah, everyone's refusing to help on the outside. Like, the only way to get that outside to move is by getting a huge push, and without the pushing, you're not going to get that car to go anywhere but backwards.
Well, car count just dropped to 5, so we might see, for the first time, I believe, a complete single file action here. If they can find a home down at the bottom. Juan Cobbs Jr. taking the inside away from Hunter Winkler.
Winkler going to be washed out high. Just as we think the outside's going to fade away.
Here comes Breton. He's going to go up high. Trying to go with Winkler here. Gotta be very careful on those bumps. Out of turn 4. Caleb Desai now joining the pack. Evans taps the outside wall a little bit. Duran 3 wide. It was 3 wide there for a moment. Duran, Evans, I believe the other one was Kylan Wilson.
Oh, door banging down the back stretch.
Desai and Ho are getting into a little bit of contact. Action all around the racetrack. This is the amount of action you always like to see. Desai gonna go down at the bottom.
You're cutting the entire corner under the red line.
And there's Hendricks Bromberg expressing his frustrations there.
Go pit, or I'm disqualifying you. Pit this lap or you're DQ'd.
They're still trying to get it going.
Kalen Wilson with a penalty.
You cut the corners the last 3 laps, and yeah, so go through your penalty, buddy.
And there is what we said at the beginning. Got to be very careful with not cutting that apron there at the front stretch. Kylan Wilson is going to have to serve that penalty. Three wide. Almost 3 wide. Presley Bromberg gets into it. And big contact. Winkler involved. Bromberg involved.
Oh.
It is the big one at Atlanta.
Entire back of that field was involved.
Presley Bromberg started the contact, and that is an engine blown for the 88. Presley's race is potentially over. Hunter Winkler, who was at the front for almost the entire race, your stage 1 and 2 winner, race potentially over. Dustin Castile also involved. Hendricks Bromberg, Cole Christopher, Travis Daly. A lot of damage on that 29 of Cole Christopher. His race is over. And Presley Bromberg just got DQ'd for that move. And that right there was the absolute big one at Atlanta.
Well, they might. Like, seems like they just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Your number is not the number 23, so your voice chat's also getting disabled.
Here is the incident replay there. See if we can get it here. Take a look at Presley Bromberg. You see all that field starting to get collected. Is Presley. Winkler going down, or holding his line, I should say, and Presley just goes straight up, just shoots straight up into the 62. Britton gets involved, gets tapped by Evans, nothing he could do. Hendricks gets involved there. You see there Winkler being dragged by the 88, taps Cole Christopher.
I mean, it's just part of the race.
Bam! Straight into the outside wall. Castile, or sorry, that's Travis Daly involved in the incident there as well. Here's the big hit of Presley. Big hit on the inside wall. More cars being collected. Castile was collected there as well. And just absolute havoc on the back there. Just a huge mistake on the 88's part. Just goes straight up. Once again, the third instance tonight of a self-clear and spotter miscommunication. Driver not being aware of his surroundings. And that will be a disqualification for the 88. Cole Christopher with a meatball flag. The 29th race may be over. A couple drivers going down pit road. Mostly those that were involved in the incident to fix that damage. Daly, Bromberg, Britton, Winkler, and Evans. Kylan Wilson still has a penalty here on my radar. But everyone will mostly stay out here. Well, that was close to being, or that was the big one here at Atlanta.
Most of the wrecks have been in the back. Up front's kind of been kind of calm. Well, that changes as the slate gets later into the state.
We're about to find out.
Ready to go green or off of 3 and 4 here.
The teammates back at it again. Into the race, Rap Guy restart. So we go. Gilbert and Bark will lead us back to green.
Good jump on the outside. Was it too early though? Did he get a penalty?
Bark will immediately move down. So far, no penalty being shown on my radar. And that outside just completely got killed off. Kylan Wilson will try again to serve his penalty.
Jaden Duran, he's off track.
Oh, trouble for the 19. No caution out, though. We stay green. No caution out for the spin of Jaden Duran. We stay green. Odd call by race control. He did go back up into the track, but no traffic was incoming, and he has kept the 19 going now.
Comes, guys.
So but look at that massive gap now between the front pack and the little middle bunch there and the rest of the field. As here comes Juan Cobbs Jr. Going to take a look down the inside of Benjamin Hoare. We'll get the move. This side will get past as well. David Durand, and now we'll get past. Here comes Gino Zito.
Gino Zito's starting to rebound from the earlier incident.
Ben Foley now trying to make the pass. Hoare just got lost way up there. Holton's going to try to help him here, but I fear it's too late. Going to have to make some groundwork now to get those positions back up. As Hoare moves down the inside, and now it's Holton who's lost up high. Foley now. Oh, almost made contact, it seemed. Plenty single file action. Looks like Foley will get down there. Yes, he will. Finds a home in between Holton and Beauregard. We'll keep it going.
Split into 2 packs now.
Yeah, that second pack also completely single file. So here is the complete single file action pack that I talked about earlier. And we are approaching now the final 50 laps of this race. See here the front pack now gonna start getting some lap traffic. William Britton Gonna go a
Start
lap down.
entering pit lane down the backstretch. Believe that was Davin Thornhill. And Callan Wilson into the wall.
That will be Thornhill entering down pit road. Meanwhile, on the other side of the spectrum for Put Him on the Dash Racing, Gino Zito. Very good job, very good rebound. Was top 5. I believe P5 has been the highest up position that he has achieved this race. Currently P6 behind David Duran Jr. We'll see if he can get a great result here in his series debut. He's had a couple of good races over on the Truck Series. Got a P7 at Texas. An unfortunate DNF at Daytona. And I believe he got P8 last week at Martinsville. He's going to try to replicate that success over here to the Cup Series as we have officially reached 50 laps to go here at EchoPark Speedway. And everyone's still single file. No one wants to make any moves. You're gonna try and save this until the final stages where it matters the most.
I'm expecting green flag pit stop here unless there's a caution.
We did see a lot of drivers stay out during the big one there.
I'm looking to pit around 1 lap 15 is when they will start pit coming in. To be inside their pit window.
Well, Carter, a lot of single file action. I think it's time we take it back once again to some crank it up action here from the DSA Racing Group at Atlanta. Take it away. action we go. Hope you like that crank it up segment there. 37 laps to go here at the final stage at Atlanta. Still pretty much single file there. We saw the front pack there catch some lap cars earlier. Jaden Duran was one of them. But yeah, we continue on in the action.
Now coming to lap 115, now is one pit window I would believe is going to open up just to put you enough fuel to finish the race.
George Bark, your pole sitter, having a pretty decent control of this race, and he has his teammate right behind him. So I can guess that he doesn't have too much pressure as of right now to control this pack. "35 laps to go." Yep, here we go. First cycle coming in. It's only going to be one driver. It's going to be Juan Cobbs Jr. who comes down pit road.
Hopefully that doesn't end up costing him.
We've seen that happen before, and that has unfortunately cost some drivers going down there by themselves. Will that be the instance for Cobbs? Hopefully not.
Xavier Cole, Jaden Duran.
Yep, we have more drivers coming in.
3 more.
Forgot to mention this earlier, but Kylan Wilson in the 23 has also been DQ'd alongside Presley Bromberg.
Ben Foley pitting this time. BJ Holton, Kevin Page. Another group of 3. Caleb Desai.
Here we go, exactly like you predicted.
Gino Zito.
Almost everyone going to come down pit road this time by.
William Crow. George Bark. Everyone. But 2.
The rest of the pack go in.
Benjamin Hoare and William Brittain.
Britain is going to be a lap down. However, Benjamin Hoare is still on the lead lap. And I'd imagine he comes down this time by. Will we see it happen? No, he's going to stay out. Hendricks Bromberg still out, riding with that small pack there. With Thornhill, Evans, Winkler, Daly, Castile, and Kalen Wilson there as well. So we're going to start to see those green flag pit cycles really heavily start coming into play now. And this is the strategy call that may determine a race win or a race loss right here. Still no takers from this small pack.
Here comes Gino Zito. William Crow.
See the TDR cars got shot behind there, the other 4. So we'll see what happens here. Benjamin Hoare does come down pit road. Hendricks Bromberg will be your new provisional leader.
I believe all these guys have pitted, and Davin Thornhill 1 lap down. Zachary Evans now P2.
It's Bromberg, Evans, and Winkler. That is your top 3. Have they made the ultimate strategy call to pit early and are going to be able to stay out the rest of the race? I don't believe so, but we're going to find out. So far, no takers, though. Thornhill gonna go down at the inside. Looks to me like that's Hendrick's way of letting him by, so he can take care of the other 2 that are on the lead lap.
Maybe it's a strategy call from Davin Thornhill to help Hendricks.
DSA Racing and Put 'em on the Dash Racing do have a partnership. "25 laps to go." Here comes the first set of lap traffic. William Britton.
Hendricks Bromberg in the Wawa car. Followed by Zachary Evans and then Hunter Winkler. Travis Daly's 4 seconds back. Starting to catch a lot of lap traffic. '87 of Kevin Page now going a lap down.
So far, what a strategy call it has been. Hendricks Bromberg, who took his first trip of the season to Victory Lane 2 weeks ago with a massive win at Texas. Can he make it count here at Atlanta? Or will we see a first-time race winner? Zachary Evans in position, Hunter Winkler.
Hey, Dwayne, can you say who's in second once again? Didn't hear you.
Zachary Evans in P2.
You didn't get the joke.
Man.
So, Hendricks coming in pit lane now.
So here we go. One of at least one
Zachary
driver.
Evans, Hunter Winkler. Now they're going in.
So here we go. The top 3 going in. If Travis Daly doesn't come in, he will take the lead here. Gotta be careful. Winkler absolutely sent it down on the entry. Travis Daly and Dustin Castillo will come in. William Britton also coming in. Here comes the rest of the pack. George Bark, who was your race leader before the green flag pit cycles, coming along with Gilbert, Desai, and Durand. And it looks like these 4 will be your new leaders.
Now Gino Zito See how this ends up.
And they will take the spot. George Bark, Gilbert, Desai Durand. Hunter Winkler rejoins 5th. And these 4 have pitted. So here is your lead pack as of the time being. A caution here would shake up everything. Everyone ready to go. It will be a straight battle to the checkered flag. And we have to take a look here at Caleb Desai. Still winless, still looking for his first race win after multiple heartbreaks. If he stays in the lead here, or in the championship lead, he will get the championship lead as Zachary Trevino is not present. Here comes a pack of back markers, Christopher, Page, and Thornhill. As Davin Thornhill outside trying to slow the pack down. He's going to force the pack to go down the middle.
Split them up, slowed them down.
Oh, almost making contact with the 42 of Durand Jr.
I think he's trying to help his teammate, Gino Zito, with the pack behind.
William Crow and Gino Zito behind.
William Crow, they're 9 seconds back.
Yeah, it is.
Much as I hate to say it.
Now a 10-second gap. With
15. They need a wreck badly.
A caution is the only thing that's stopping these four from being the only ones battling for the win. And that is absolutely shocking to see. I thought it was going to be way, way closer after the cycles. But between the top four and P5, it is a 10-second gap. We're going to have a interesting finish at that.
All these back markers, this field's starting to grow in the front. That's not going to help any of the backpack.
George Bark looking for his first win. Damon Gilbert looking for his first win in the Supporting Heroes Cup Series. He was your DSA 500 winner. Caleb Desai looking for his first win after heartbreaks. David Durand Jr. trying to get a race win in his series debut. All of these four have not tasted victory lane. And if it stands,
crap with 10 to go.
If it stands and stays green, we will see a first-time race winner in what should be a great battle between these four. I don't know why, but I just got flashbacks about in cars, the rookie, the runner-up, and the champion. But it's four of them now.
Ten to go.
And now you gotta start thinking moves. If we stay green, where do you plan to make the move? How do you plan to make the move.
Or do you put your car where no one else can put their car? And if you're George Bark, make that car 4 lanes wide.
Constantly have to be checking those mirrors to see where you can put that block on. The benefit here, though, is that he has his teammate, Gilbert and Bark. The teammates there, so they're going to try to help each other, of course, but I would assume that on the final lap, this is going to turn into a free-for-all.
Still no caution. They're catching up on a pack of 4 here.
Another pack of 4
This might
here.
split them up.
So here we go. Back markers once again coming into play.
Oh, splitting it 3 wide down the
He's gonna have
middle.
to split it 3 wide once again.
Zachary Evans in the wall.
And George Bark got
That
out
really
of there
did split them up. They're still 3 wide behind.
very quickly. All 4 of them now clear. Still 3 wide though. Holton, Foley, and Page. But the top 4 will be cleared as the 3 wide will end. And we have 6 laps to go.
Really good job sorting through that.
Second instance in a row where that front pack has had to avoid the back markers going 3 wide down the middle.
Load them up, but nowhere near enough.
If you're one of those lappers there at the back of this pack, you must have absolute front row seats and some popcorn ready to absolutely watch this finish.
5 to go. What are the moves?
Of course, you gotta start thinking about the moves, but it's happened before. You can't make the move too late, or else that opportunity is gonna go by fast. Especially at a small pack like this where you're not really 100% sure if you're gonna get that push or not. Oh, caution's out!
Caution's out.
And that is
Zachary Evans, I believe, will get the free pass.
a massive, massive game changer. Caution is out with 4 laps to go, and I believe that will be overtime. Here is the incident. What has happened here? So this will be the number 9 of Ben Foley. Oh, just loses it out of turn 4. And has to cross the infield. Still going, still going. Under the
Loses
apron.
it, has it saved. Almost loses it, has it saved again. Goes to the infield.
And just spins on the apron.
Spins on the apron, yeah. And what happened a little bit after?
That is going to be a very, very controversial caution they're called. We were set for an epic 4-driver battle, and now things are going to get reset completely. 12 drivers now in the shot. Gino Zito and Travis Daly down pit road. Zachary Evans We'll round up the top 10 that is on the lead lap.
Yeah, Zachary Evans with that free pass, as I mentioned earlier. What can he do with it?
He's going to have to make up some ground, though. He's going to be way behind all these back markers. Evans goes down pit road. The top 9 stay out. What a comeback as well for Xavier Beauregard and William Crow. Now P8 and P7 after their blown engines. They had to use those fast repairs. Now they're back in it. Gino Zito and Travis Daly on the lead lap as well. So we're going to have about 12 drivers fighting for this win.
12 drivers. Will there be a 3-wide move?
And whoop, like we predicted at the beginning, this will be an overtime finish under the lights at Atlanta. The 4-driver battle has now turned into a free-for-all.
I will say we've only had about 1 or 2 jinxes this entire race, so let's not make that difference.
Bark and Gilbert, teammates gonna be side by side. Durant Jr. and Desai on row 2, followed by Hoar, Winkler, William Crow, Beauregard, Hendricks Bromberg, Gino Zito, Travis Daly, and Zachary Evans. That is your top 12. That is on the lead lap.
Mind you, Zachary Evans with the EOL due to that free pass. He needs there to be a wreck so he could get bunched up with all these lead lap cars.
First shot of overtime coming your way. Will we be on store for a photo finish here at Atlanta? We are about to find out. Green flag.
Green flag's
back
out.
underway for a first shot at overtime.
Not a good start from that bottom lane.
Durant Jr. getting desperate, trying to look down. Gilbert will block it. Bark back to the lead. Oh, ton of movement there in the back.
And the front. Wrecking.
Trouble.
Caution's out.
Caution will be out. And it is a pretty big one. Ryan Kaiser, BJ Holton, William Crow, who was in the fight. And that is massive, massive damage for the 33 of BJ Holton. He will have to tow that back to the garage. Oh, what has happened there? A car has gone into the inside wall while spinning. I believe that's Benjamin Hoar.
Yeah, everyone pushing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars deep they were pushing.
Hunter Winkler going down pit road. Interesting strategy call here. Here's the replay of the incident. And what has happened here? So this is the 33 and the 28 of BJ Holton and Ryan Kaiser, respectively. There at the front is Thornhill and Cobbs Jr. Where did this contact start? It started all the way up here at the front. It started with William Crow in the 85, who is 3 wide. He gets it 3 wide with Hoar and Bromberg.
As I said, they were pushing 7 deep. And we saw that big movement off of 2.
Gets lifted up high. Door banks with Hoar. Tries to come back down, but Hendricks already had his nose up and sticking out. That would just fling Crow up there. Oh, big damage to the front end of Thornhill. Look like Christopher almost got collected. And they're at the bottom trying to break in. Holton clips the apron, just goes straight up into Kaiser. And Crow once again gets collected. You see there a little bit of a front fender bender there on the 81 of Thornhill. But it'll be mainly those three that cost the caution. Well, here we go. Will we see another race end under caution? Or will we make it to the white flag?
74, George Bark going outside, I believe. Or will he stay inside? No, he goes outside.
He goes outside. Leader's discretion here. Bark on the outside. Gilbert on the inside. We are set for our final overtime shot.
I'm starting to believe this between the 86 and 74, this is planned teamwork right here.
I would not doubt that whatsoever.
Because every time that 74 started on the inside, that 86 has let him right down.
I mean, it's a great strategy to solidify at least one driver of the team getting the win here. But here we go. Final overtime shot. Next flag will end it. Will we end it under caution? Or will we see the white flag? Here we go. Who will win the race here at Atlanta? From the top 12 that were on the lead lap, we add another one now as Jaden Duran will be P13 on the lead lap. But here we go. Final overtime coming into play. Green flag out at Atlanta. It is now or never. And you see there's the move. Bark down into Gilbert. All the way around.
Here we go.
They gotta keep it green here. This will be a win for Bark.
Car blinking in the back.
Out of turn 4, we will see the white flag. Here comes DSA on the outside. Can he get the enough run? Gilbert tries to block. Very late block by Gilbert. Big caution. DSA seeks it through. It's gonna be a sprint all the way to the finish. DSA
to the outside now.
All the way to the line. Who gets it? Caleb DSA. Oh, what a finish!
Oh my God!
Caleb DSA on the final turn.
Oh my God!
Redemption for the number 30. What a photo finish!
Wow!
The teamwork worked out, but it was too much of a late block. A big caution behind the leaders. DSA manages to slip through and gets the 74 on the final turn, on the final lap, on the final possible outcome.
It all started with that 86 of Damon Gilbert.
Redemption from the heartbreaks. DSA with a photo finish win at Atlanta. And my voice is completely lost. You cannot ask for a better finish than that.
Wow. What a finish.
Let's try and go back to that finish. Let's see here if we can get it. There's the incident. DSA sneaks through. And on the final possible outcome, DSA beats him to the line. And gets it. What a run. For the 30. That has to be such an unbelievable finish. Here is your race results from Atlanta. I am still at an absolute loss for words. My goodness.
Travis Daly with a good rebound.
Caleb DSA, redemption from all the heartbreaks on the final turn, slips through the big one and grabs the win away from George Bark. He is your race winner here at EchoPark Speedway. George Bark, tough heartbreak. He will have to settle for second. Travis Daly, the comeback of the century, rounds off the podium in third. William Crow also with a great comeback in fourth. Gino Zito inside the top 5. Then it's Jaden Duran, Benjamin Hoare, Hunter Winkler, David Duran Jr., and Hendrix Bromberg rounding off the top 10. And then it's Zachary Evans, Xavier Beauregard, Damon Gilbert in 13th. That late block, if it didn't happen, it could have changed absolutely everything. Ryan Kaiser, P14. Then it's Dustin Castile, Kevin Page, Devin Thornhill, and Ben Foley. As we continue down the line here, it's Juan Cobbs Jr., Cole Christopher, BJ Holton, William Britton, Kalen Wilson, Gavin Sayek, followed by Hector Collazo, Cody Payer, Mason Wilson, and Kylan Wilson, and Presley Bromberg down there as well. Did not finish this race with Hector Collazo as well there, and some couple more drivers. But what?
How about you say let's get some of these drivers in here?
Oh, absolutely. Let's get some of these drivers in here. Let's grab here Travis Daly, your P3 finisher. Let's bring him up.
Travis, you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Travis,
What
go ahead, Carter.
what were your thoughts going through that wreck on that final lap, and then you come out third?
Oh man, after the day that we had, I feel like, I just rode around back all day long, and it didn't matter. Every wreck we got hit by somebody and got collected in something. So to come home third is insane. But that last wreck, like I honestly just kept my foot on the gas. I knew everybody was gonna wreck. I got low out of the way and just hoped for the best.
Travis, TDR was having some issues there at the start of this race, but there, as you mentioned on the final lap, a big incident happens. You slip through it, and you pull off one of the biggest comebacks to round off the podium here. How do you feel about the performance overall from TDR and your finish here to slip through that caution and nail that podium spot?
Yeah, I'm super proud of the team, everybody at Travis Daly Racing. We had everybody practicing all week. David Duran made his series debut tonight. He was running up front there at the end. But yeah, super proud of everybody at TDR and all the hard work they put in. Yeah, just to come home P3 after the day that I had is absolutely insane. So it was a good finish.
Nonetheless, what a finish for you, and what a performance, not just for you, but for Travis Daly Racing as a whole. Is there any final shout-outs that you would like to do?
Yeah, I just want to shout out everybody putting on everything for the league, you guys for broadcasting, everybody over at Travis Daly Racing. Like I said, everybody that showed up tonight, Zach, Dustin, Cole, David, everybody. So just want to shout out them and shout out to our sponsors. Thank you.
Alrighty, what a P3 finish it was here at Atlanta. Go celebrate that podium spot.
Thank you. I will.
Alrighty, let's grab on George Bark up here into the booth. What a heartbreak, unfortunately. He's going to be our P2 finisher here tonight. George, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
George, what an absolute heartbreak here at Atlanta. Walk me through that final lap. You see your teammate try to pull the block. It is a late block. Incident happens, and that's what is going to allow DSA to grab you there on the final turn. Talk me through that performance, and what do you think could have happened if things went differently there?
Yeah, it was a shame. It's pretty much what I said out loud. I was like, oh, that's a shame. I kind of knew. I was just sitting there, just waiting for him to like blow by me. But overall, it was a good race. I mean, it was clean for me and Damon there until last lap for him. But yeah, it was actually like a difficult. Driving it was kind of boring, to be honest with you. You can't really do too much. You had to just sit and wait it out.
And we saw a lot of teamwork in this race between you and David Gilbert. Tell me, what was the strategy here in this race to try and solidify a 1-2 finish? What was the teamwork looking at? What was the strategy plan going into Atlanta?
Let's just try and stay as far forward as we can on the leaderboard. Just track position was key. You didn't really want to be in the middle there. So just pitting at the right time was really the key, honestly.
Alrighty, obviously not the finish. Yeah, Carter, go ahead.
Do you think there's anything you could have done to block DSA maybe or break that draft?
Yeah, I mean, if there was money on the line, it would have been different. But like, I know he's probably been racing for points, and I wasn't gonna hurt him for nothing. I wasn't gonna. Live another day. That's how I looked at it. It was whatever. It was like just wanted to finish clean, to be straight with you. So, but yeah, I probably could have done something different.
Alrighty, nonetheless, obviously not the finish that you could have wanted, but it is still a solid P2 performance for you and your teammate here at EchoPark. Is there any final shoutouts that you would like to do?
Yeah, just thanks. Tonight was smooth. I had fun, and just want to say thank you to my Damon for just being polite and riding behind me for, I don't know, a long time.
Alrighty, nonetheless, great P2
Congratulations.
performance. Go celebrate that P2 finish here at Atlanta.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty.
I believe that should just about do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we will be able to grab Caleb DSA up here in the commentary booth, but nonetheless, that has to be the craziest finish I think I have ever seen here at DSA. Actually, matter of fact, it doesn't have to be. It 100% is the craziest finish that I've seen here. What an absolute race this was from the commentator point of view. But that will do it here from EchoPark. Caleb DSA manages to avoid the chaos, and the heartbreak is over for the number 30. He grabs the trip to victory lane that he's been wanting for so long, and grabs his first win of the season and the final possible opportunity that he could have had. George Bark, tough finish. Not the finish that he would have wanted, but it is still a solid P2 for him. Travis Daly, what a comeback drive. Was one of those that was in the middle there and managed to slip through the caution there, as you heard him. Full throttle and managed to avoid it and get a solid P3 finish for TDR. What an absolute great race this was. But that will do it tonight here from Atlanta. Make sure to tune in next week as both the Truck Series and the Cup Series take on Charlotte Motor Speedway. Should be very fun and very entertaining to watch. But that is it. I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe to keep up with the action of the Supporting Heroes Cup Series and the Heroes United Truck Series. And it is Dwayne Crespo and Carter Brockmeyer up here in the commentary booth, and we will see you all next week. Peace out, guys, and have a wonderful rest of your night.